Hi guys, it's the Grey Fox and bitches, I'm back! Anyways, guys, I unfortunately lost my last Europe thing video because, you know, uh, it says here that I don't have the world with me, and so I unfortunately won't be able to keep going with the one that I already did. So, guys, I'll do it with this right now, all in English. Anyways, I'm finally fucking back. And where should the humans start? Right here, it seems perfect. But today, guys, this will be a specialty because they will have guns and those adamantine protection to well protect them. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, starting now. Okay, guys, I think I lied because it actually starts in year 15. And we start with a kingdom called Freiherg with Vipilmer. Wait a minute. Guys, this is giving me some deja vu. You know that? Deja vu. Guys, robots has a thing where if you repeat the same word that you used, the first two will always be like Vipelmer and Low. But let's ignore the fact about that. So, anyways, wait, I see a bit of difference. Meh, probably nothing. Unless it's about the Alps and the Carpathians. Well, let me fix it for a moment. I decided to make them actual mountains because why not? Oh, and also the Carpathian Mountains have this little thing in Czech Republic. So I think Low is actually in Czech Republic. Then we have Wek. Wek is actually in Hungary. The Mowik. This name is actually quite rare for a Robux civilization and hasn't been found before as a glitch, as a repetitive glitch. And Mowik is like Ukraine. And it makes sense that they have a granary, because Ukraine used to be the granary of the Roman Empire. Yes, Crimea used to be the granary to the Roman Empire. They made the food. Meanwhile, the people in there were actually the Sarmatians and the Huns. Which then settled in Hungary, Poland, and Ukraine. We know. Then we've got Nanin. Skip this dominion to Italy because why not? And anyways, Sicily is truly detached from Sardinia and Elba and Corsica. Let's connect them to Italy. And do some crap like this. And you have here Pantelleria to yourself and the Malta. But let's make it possible to live in there. Let's make it a livable place. So we have here. Okay, I researched the names to the islands. Apparently, this is Minorca. This is Palma de Mallorca, and this is Ibiza with Santa Cruz de la Palma. I think it's called. Ibiza is a beautiful place. Anyways, it's populated here. Okay, Blaine hasn't been here before. Let's give it Tracia. But what now? Wait a minute, I'm gonna do something quite interesting. Because, the Aegean Island, aka the Cycladic Islands, are quite detached. Remember this place as Monte Athos. Yes, Mount Athos is the only place on earth where a woman cannot step a foot in. Because it's like a monastery, only monks live here. And shit. Well, it's already year 70, and we will check on Vipelmer. They have a lot of gold because I gave them a genetic mutation where they can poop gold, and they have so more money because I didn't want them to have economical problems. But anyways, it seems that they have done quite a good job with their economy and also made a dump on the farm, which is developing. Then we have Mowick, which is less developed, but look, a watching tower. And apparently they are still in their wooden age. Here they are in their stone age. And let's check the others. Yeah, they're still young colonies. And they just started farming here. So there's not much possible to do. Except I could just make a fusion of the three islands. Yes, I could make the Balearics united together. Well, let me do. I've decided to make it more livable. Let's see what would happen if people settled here. Well, they're not actually doing the settlement. And they aren't. No, they are the same Homo sapiens. But I think they don't have much land to actually create a civilization yet. If that's the case, then I'm gonna connect it pretty much diagonally. So they are now connected and included for civilization. And I hope they do become part of a civilization one day. They didn't quite populate the whole place here in Blin. So let's give it more people so they can settle in and possibly use this. They're using it only for fishing, but no population here yet. Nothing, they don't like it. They're instead industrializing here in Greece. Psk. Psk. What kind of stupid name is Psk? I thought they were gonna call it something like rice. Chan. Guys, I don't know what the fuck do I have? A problem. Guys, I'm even having a headache right now. Who's your monarch? Lawolf. You're still alive? You lived for 74 years. That's like the whole lore of Freiherr. Let's check out here your culture, I guess. I don't like it. This should start warfare. And the rest is gonna be like this. There's gonna be some modification now. They turned the whole island into a livable place with only one house. Directly on Pomo de Mallorca, on Ibiza, the watching tower, and the rest. And the rest. We've gotta connect this part, or else they're not gonna civilize well. Let's check the happiness with every city. Basically, the unhappiest city is Psk. No, it's Nanin. It's Nanin. Sorry. Well, Nanin. You're actually Italy. You have a beautiful leader called Voigislan. And he's rebelling. Oh, they finally colonized and called it rice. They decided to finally make rice. So much time to make rice. And in the meantime, Icarus Bardia. That name sounds kind of familiar. We have Freiherr, the first kingdom that appeared last video. Icarus Bardia appearing after a rebellion. Guys, I think I'm going crazy because that's... If you look at the border, it kind of looks like the Roman Empire. It's just missing Chan. But also Psk has to conquer this territory. And They should definitely change the border. Anyways, Ikis Bardia, you look like the Roman Empire. Let me just do a quick modification. Here. Now that's the Roman Empire. Dissolving. Attempting to conquer Germany again. But you managed to conquer Spain instead and then lose your village. That is tragically Odoaker's thing. Apparently the territory of Sicily got devastated. You know what? Let's not tell anybody. But you too shall be connected throughout an isthmus that I made for you guys only. Oh look! But bruh. Okay, now we have a separate kingdom that will survive alone on the Iberian Peninsula. They're not that developed. In fact, they're just colonizing. Massive portions of territory are actually abandoned and were actually never colonized. But there are some campfires and some houses and some garden towers. So the accuracy for a border of Chan would probably look something like this. Actually like this. But look, let's see what happens if I get more population. More houses, right? Yes, and more roads. Vipelmer, stop it! You've conquered too much land. You are a spoiled brat. Here. Guys, anyways. I have to take my allergy pills. Sorry. This is so embarrassing. Anyways, guys, we know you're smart. thinking? Anyways, let's give the Dutch here to the French territory, I guess. And we know you are officially Germany. And now, Wilhelmer. For that, take this. Iriata, what's gotten into you? Why are you doing this, girl? Ah, you're officially in your old age.
No.
Well, the Empire is quite unhappy. There's unrest. After writing her book, Iriata became dizzy. And so I decided to trap her. Lord, she's stuck. She's gonna write a book meanwhile she's stuck. Zloik! Quick thinking, Poland. You decided to make Estonia the northern Wilhelmer, I guess. Province. Province. We're gonna help them with people. She's the German one. Wait, let's give her a chance of living. Alright, let's destroy the wall. Let's take it down. And now all of those bandits founded Ridzin. No, they actually joined Ridzin. Ridzin is actually a pretty common name to find here in Worldbox. And here I actually forgot to put the Apennines because maybe it's the pre-made map, because it's actually in year 45, which in when I completed it. The Scandinavian Alps. Anyways, a new kingdom formed. Eureka is the new young queen. What if I make them declare war on the Ikrupsova, even though it doesn't even make sense to declare war to a distant kingdom? Wait, no, the soldiers are there. They must have surpassed France and Germany just to get there. A fight has broken out. And this active war actually killed 7 people. 7 soldiers or citizens. 3 soldiers, 4 citizens. Actually, it's inverted, but whatever. And there are some casualties. She's actually under attack. No, she's losing her life. Wait, where is she? Wait. No, she still got killed. Well, now there's the military junta. Now it's interregnum. Of course, they were doomed to be conquered. But now, how will Lizzie even administrate a territory thousands of kilometers away from her capital? Throughout the Freiburg, which I don't think they're really happy right now. They're lazing out. I see that there is a I see that there was a rebellion. Let's hope he survives. He has to live until 164. A little kid. Do something like that. He's making a rebellion plan. And he got killed brutally. He brutally got murdered. Yaika is supposed to be the heir to the throne. And a violent war breaks out. But I think Spain is gonna side. If they even formed an alliance. Actually, I made it because I needed some activity and that the dramatic effect. I hated to admit it. But let's see anyways. How many casualties? 676. Wow. I'm not even surprised for the conquest of Gaul anymore. I think they change politicians every few years to change the influence and the idea of wanting a rebellion. Look, They even formed their own kingdom. Bergavanga was tired of everything. And meanwhile, their Nordic colony is fiercely resisting. Sazoa is resisting the attack. What kind of attack is that? I mean, look at that. They're founding newer villages like Guskowo. Which, to make it frankly, is not even getting attacked. Which is quite unfair, to be honest. Because they're not even in the fight, I think. Let's see what would happen if Lighty declared war to Belgavanda. Like, yes, they have more cities. They may have more soldiers, but the people are even more. But they might get outnumbered easily. Yep, they're getting outnumbered easily. Actually, they struggled to keep up. They're struggling to conquer the whole freaking territory. And in the meantime, their monarch got assassinated. And sometimes they even lose on it. Me like that. But I wonder what would happen if Freiherg were to reclaim 1/4 of its population, or at least 1/5 of its full population, if Lighty remained together with Freiherg. Which, frankly, they've just conquered the whole continent of Africa. The full continent of Africa is populated by people that don't even make sense. They're making little African dances. Like, they barely even got resources. And I kind of feel bad for them. They need more homes and more food. Yeah, they don't really have that much resources. They don't have many resources. So I feel bad. But that would be insane, because map this out. Let's try to map the scenario. What would happen? Well, given by that, the armies are staggering and outnumbering. They're stunning. Because Chanpsk, like, they haven't got many forces. Instead, the others are really compacted. Oh, they even colonized England, I guess. I hope they don't get the British food. Because remember that one TikTok where a girl said, name me a country that has better food than England. I dare you. I would literally name every single other thing that exists on the planet. Every single other country. That includes the United Kingdom itself, but only the counterparts like Wales, Scotland, Northern Ireland. Take your pick. Go. Go. They call it go. I think I'm gonna leave it just like this. And then we're gonna see in a few hundred years what would actually happen if they would fight. Well, actually, it has been quite a while, like a few years, but now I'm really curious what would happen. Take back your counterpart. Let's see what would happen if you took it back. Whoa, look at that! They've got some resources. So what do they actually need? Homes. We belong nowhere. That means that they lack houses. Like there's only one house and they made no other progress. Well, they're taking it. They're stealing Valencia from Italy. Well, anyways, I'll talk to you about the clashes that are happening. Like, I think Chan bombarded and exploded this part of the isthmus, and so they cut off the supply route. But in the meantime, they're attacking and clashing over France, Italy, the Strait of Gibraltar, but also Giscoro, and so Norway. Well, this isn't the important front. The true important front is actually the border. They're massively packed. They converted those two villages. Well, they still have some time to convert France back, and they converted it. So now it's time for the clashes that are happening right here. Look at that! That is a beautiful clash, but that's also quite violent. I mean, they're killing each other. But still, the Spanish wants to assert dominion over Italy, which is just chilling. And I don't see the armies because they're right over here. They're constantly raiding. But look at that. They're sieging the whole city. They raided it and converted it into their own village. They want to decrease the population. What the fuck is your damn king? I don't know. Let them have hell. He deserved it anyways. But look! It looks like they are taking Italy on their side. I think Italy is getting besieged and being converted. Yep. No. But anyways, their populations are really high. So it makes a lot more sense. Think about it. Jidin is literally being bombarded. Meanwhile, they have no resources and all they can do is farm. That's why I'm starting to have some resentment for this kingdom right here. It shall break apart. And they should peace out. But then there will be like some sort of alliance, like a Nordic alliance. What do you want? New alliance? Ah, you're making a new alliance. Oh no, you're actually against it. Oh, you made another alliance anyways. You finally colonized Iceland. So far, I like this. But the experiment isn't going real well because the humans are just ending up with raiding and devastating the places. But I hope the cities actually heal from the damages that they make. May the enemy shall be forgiven. Let's make it fair and square. This is an equal amount that I'm giving both to the cities so that they don't dispute the border and they actually can live together on the same island, Lannan. It has been a long time since Anatolia got colonized by Caesar. Actually, the city hasn't grown much. It has been like a few years, 19 years since the last colonization, and now we have Lannan. Well, guys, I like this, but I think I have to go. But first let's fix Gdin. So guys, peace out.